Hey parents, before we get into what we talked about yesterday, I just want to remind you of one thing coming up, and that is our camp info meeting this coming Sunday, October 20th, right after the morning service. So we are going to camp next summer, July 7th through the 11th at Generate Camp in Bolivar, Missouri. We're really excited about this. And so at that meeting, we'll talk about all the details about what a day at camp will look like. We'll talk about payments and fundraising and all of that. And you can also ask any questions you might have. But if you can't make that meeting, no worries. Feel free to reach out to me with any other questions you might have as well. So yesterday in middle school, we continued our series, Shepherd, looking at Psalm 23. And so yesterday we looked at the first half of verse 4, which says, "Even though I walk through the darkest valleys, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." And what I think that David is saying here is that even when we walk through these hardest parts of our life, we don't have to be afraid. And that doesn't mean that God is going to pick us up and just take us out of these hard situations. It doesn't mean that we may not even get hurt in these situations. But what it means is that in the middle of all of that, we can have hope because Jesus is with us. And we know that we are going to be with him forever. We know that we will live in his love and his peace and his joy forever. And so we don't have to fear what can happen in the short term. You see, what happens is that when we know Jesus is with us, it gives us hope. And so yesterday, what we did was just ask students to identify what are the hard things in your life. And then we let them think about how would it look different to know that Jesus was with you, even in the middle of those things. And so let me encourage you to continue this conversation at home. And one way you might do that is simply by sharing a story of how you've seen God work in your own life in the middle of hard things. And share with your students what difference does knowing that God was with you make in that situation. Yesterday in high school, we started a new series called Love Does. The series is based off a book by a guy named Bob Goff. It's a great book, a book that has had a big impact on my life. And so yesterday, we began to look at this idea that Jesus, he is with us, that he desires a relationship with us, and he walks through life with us. What that means for us is that we are called to walk alongside others in that same way. You know, sometimes we can feel like it's our job to fix other people's problems or to straighten out their life, but most of what is called of us is just to be with people, to walk alongside of them and to love them as Jesus loved them. And so that was the challenge for our high schoolers yesterday, to simply think about who can I be with? Who can I be walking alongside of in my life so that they might know the love of Jesus? All right, parents, that is it for this week. Hope you have a great rest of your day.